All right, guys, pardon the interruption, man. My iCloud storage, I had to upgrade that thing, man. Make sure you upgrade your iCloud storage. Now, back to what I was saying, man. We learned that actually Elbath is the key to changing the tides in as far as like taking down the Holy Land. But that applies to the final war in general. Now, we get Rocks telling the crew like, yo, man, we need to find these devil fruits. We got to get Harold, and we got to get the giants of Galley Ra, because we got Captain John and Linlin talking about that amongst one another. But like I was saying earlier, bro, I think it's a total dub that Rocks is actually referring to Harold as a pal, to the point of defending him against Kaido speaking bad about him. He literally kicked Kaido in his face. Now, Rocks reiterates that, yo, the Holy Land's defeat rests solely in us gaining Elbath as an ally. And Harold is the key to that, Harold. Now, Rocks, as we get this nice spread, right? We get this beautiful spread panel of the major hitters of the Rocks Pirates all sitting together. We got Don Marlon, we got Korobu, we got Stussy, we got Strusen, we got Shiki, we got Silver Axe, we also have Barbell, and let me see who else. Oh, Captain John, Kaido, Wang Zi, and Whitebeard. And I know I'm probably missing somebody, but we also got Rocks himself. And we got Charlotte Linlin. So that's 13. That's 13 total members. But we got 13 major members of the Rocks Pirates all gathered and ready to fight, all gathered, ready to go. Now, earlier, when I said something about one of them being a voice of reason, I think it may have been Wang Zi. Wang Zi, when Kaido and Rocks were about to fight, because I didn't really think this was gonna happen, but like Kaido was really willing to throw down with Rocks. But as one of them said, like, yo, this group was bound to implode, but we can't do this right now. That, pay attention to that. I think we all are sleeping on that line. This group was bound to implode. That, bro, that very line correlates to the possible fallout of Blackbeard and his crew. Because remember, Blackbeard doesn't look at his crew as friends. Everybody's out for their own, oh, excuse me. Everybody in Blackbeard's crew is out for their own interests. So the same way we will get a Rocks fallout, which will be at God Valley more than likely, where the crew just fall out against each other for their own goals, because maybe all of their own goals are within their very reach at the events of God Valley and during the events of such, to where the crew just dissembles and everybody's out for their own, fighting against each other in their own factions. Now, this line where we can't, this group was bound to implode, that applies to Blackbeard as well. Blackbeard's group is bound to fall apart. Not in the way that we think, but for everybody pursuing their own selfish ambitions. Like, everybody is gonna fight the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats are gonna have the 1v1 matchups against Blackbeard's crew, but also the Blackbeard Pirates themselves, they're gonna turn on one another. Because remember, they're not friends. Everybody's out for their own agenda. Everybody has their own interests, but they are following Teach. They are following under Teach. They are. Because Teach is the key to getting what they want. Now, same thing here with Rocks, Teach's father. Everybody has their own interest of what they want and how they want to go about getting it, and teaming up with Rocks is the fastest, quickest, and most insurable way to do so, as far as they're concerned and as far as they're looking at it. Now, we get Rocks saying that to bring down the Holy Land, we need Elbath, but also that if you want to stand with him, on the day of destiny, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. And you better have, and if you don't have the guts to do so, get on, scram, I guess, you know. But for those who chooses to stand with him on the day of destiny, he's gonna lead them to the World Summit. And for some reason, when they said World Summit, I immediately thought about the Reverie, because I believe that Rocks taking control of the world, he would make such an announcement at a Reverie where he was like, yo, Emu's done. I'm in charge now, and I want all of you world nobles to recognize that and realize that and go spread it throughout the world. Because he said the World Summit. What could when you think of World Summit, what could a World Summit possibly be? My head goes instantly to revelry. So that could explain why he kidnapped the 5 kings in a way, like to make an example at the World Summit of who he is and what's going to happen and how he's going to be. So now with Rocks, like officially, with him officially having his crew together, right? Him officially having a headquarters and a home. Now we get to see going forward how he goes about like literally taking over the world, because he needs the 2 devil fruits, one that he needs Harold to eat, which is on Elbaf, the national fruit of Elbaf, whatever that is, which could be the Nika, the sun god Nika fruit, and then the other one, it could be the Yami Yami. Who knows? I think possibly, because the Nika fruit, sun god, the Yami Yami fruit, darkness, light, dark. Those 2 factions of devil fruits, man. So Blackbeard's fruit and Luffy's fruit might be the 2 keys needed to actually overthrow Emu. And if Rocks had both of them on his crew, if Rocks had both of those fruits on his crew, as well as Harold, oh man, like God help the seas. And on top of that, man, if he found the shipwrights of Galley Ra, it's over. It's over, man. But the chapter ends right there. I give this chapter a 11 out of 10, simply for the lore dumping, the atmosphere, and also the classic reveals, the emphasized lines that indicate for future aspects to happen as far as like crew fallouts are concerned, especially with this crew was bound to implode. That is a direct indicator of like, that's a direct indicator of why they fell out in the first place, because each person put their own agenda above one another. Nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, they had to realize that they're all using each other to get ahead. But that can only go so far. That can only go so far. And also, when Kyo the hitman came to the island, it said that Rocks building a strong group attracted the stronger Rocks became, it attracted more stronger members and more stronger people. Now, with Blackbeard's crew, they are going to, like I said, they're going to fall out, man. They're going to fall out. But other than that, this was an amazing chapter. We got the Kuja Pirates, we got Garb's crew, we got the Roger Pirates, and I'm going to predict by probably next week, we should probably have a full-fledged on interaction or meeting, our first encounter between Roger and Zevik. That is going to be interesting if we get that, which is going to be great to be revealed. Also, we might get more information on the Galley Ra giants, the ancient shipwrights. I'm expecting that. And on top of that, what else? What else am I expecting? Let's see. The Kuja Pirates, yes. Tritoma. I got a feeling that Tritoma might be Luffy's mom. I got a feeling that Gloriosa may be Kobe's mom. And man, this was just amazing, man. This was just amazing. Shout out to Shaki too. Shaki was my MVP of this chapter, being the vice captain of the Kuja Pirates, eventually becoming the captain, because we see that Gloriosa would later join Rocks. We have to